Well, aloha folks, and welcome back to the Thunder Dragon Empire, Fascist Bhutan, Iron Man. We're not doing too well, as in our participation isn't too good, and that's mostly because we don't produce enough of the stuff we need to produce, and we don't have the factories. Some people have suggested, and I totally understand, oh yes, ask Japan for territory. And on the one hand, if I can't ask Japan to give me territory that they own after a peace deal, and also I cannot really ask them for occupied territory because, say here, if I ask for control of state, that assumes I have a high war participation and that they'd be willing to actually do it. But you can check here that their positive and negative values there are pretty harsh, so they think that any province we take is just too much, because after all, we only have 1% participation. But, you know, some people have suggested we should send our troops out anyway, and we might just do that. After all, I doubt we are going to lose. Germany has just stomped the French alliance, or the Axis rather, has stomped the French alliance together with the new Roman Empire. And the Allies are probably going to be pushed back out of Italy, out of Greece, and then the Axis will take Moscow, and we shall take the eastern parts of the Soviet Union. Although, you know, how much will we actually be able to get? 1% might not actually be enough for even one province. Another suggestion was that we boost fascism in Turkey in order to get them into our alliance, but the problem is they're pretty far away, so getting them into our alliance is kind of dubious, and also boosting party popularity there, it's gonna have to go from 0, and I think earlier when we checked they were going down the neutrality line there, so it doesn't bode too well. But Iran might actually turn our way. Holy shit, it actually looks like the Soviet Union might just be pushing back the Germans. That's not what I was expecting, although, to be fair, I think they still need to shuffle all the troops from the Western Front over to the east. But they may have lost quite a few people there. Let's actually check the current wars. German-Soviet war, 1.16, 1.4. The German Reich formalizes anti-Soviet pact. I'm sorry about my voice. It's kind of breaking. Let them bleed each other dry, really, but we're fighting the Soviets as well, so technically we're part of the pact. Okay, we're deploying our army. Screw it, you know, if we lose men, who cares? We'll just raise our conscription laws, and I mean, we've got to take risks to get something, right? Lebanon Free State has capitulated. There's also Syria. Interesting. Maybe this popped up last time, but I didn't notice. Are they actually free, or they're a puppet, right? Because of the whole conquest of France thing. Tanatuva has capitulated, and we're manually kind of sending our troops around here on the defensive and also on the offensive, trying to capture some land. Seems like there's a unit there, don't want to attack. We're just trying to hold the rivers and maybe cut off, you know, east from west here, if we can march all the way up there. You know what, let's send our divisions out as expeditionary forces. I don't mind if Japan slaughters or gets them slaughtered on the field right now, but I just can't I don't know where to deploy them perfectly. There is no perfect place, but you know, if they were working in conjunction with the entire Japanese army under their structure, I believe things would work out more easily. And after all, we are a minor, so I think it's the best path. Maybe we'll even get more participation now. I definitely think the Soviets will capitulate by the end of 1942. I mean, it's just a matter of time here. Let's check the German-Soviet war. Yeah, I mean, it's getting close now. Soviets are finally getting more casualties. Germans are closing in on Stalingrad. and of course Moscow. And they might take Leningrad soon. We shall see. Ooh la la, look at this. This is a very interesting pocket with a lot of potential. If they just close this off, I wonder how many divisions will just die and be captured there. We shall send another 2 divisions that have just been deployed. Oh, my voice. My voice is terrible. Oh, God. It's punishment for me destroying the Soviet Union. Excuse me, Japan? What the hell are you doing? Yes, the Soviets have moved a lot of troops from their borders, but does that mean you have to do the same? Greece capitulates uncertain times, indeed. Seems like the Axis and the new Roman Empire are doing very well for themselves. The new Persian Empire is a thing, and they are pretty close to joining us. The only problem is that we are at war, really. Otherwise, they join our war. Maybe if our war ends before the other people's wars, we can get them on our side. Although it would have been best, you know, if they could just join us right now and just like backstab the Soviets here and just destroy all these divisions. Uh-oh, it's winter 1941, and look at the situation we have. The Germans are close to Moscow. They are approaching Stalingrad. They still haven't taken Sevastopol, and Leningrad is surrounded. This is almost perfectly in line with history. Of course, not exactly, but well, this is gonna be a very interesting thing indeed, or battle, duel, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. It seems like the Japanese are not doing so well down there. We might actually recall all our expeditionary forces we sent and then manually take control of them again. Seems like there are some gaps we could push through here. Okay, let's reorganize these divisions the way they were meant to be organized. We're taking away our beautiful field hospitals. We're gonna increase our casualties, but at this point, who cares? I just want more war participation. And then we are going to see... This is probably not needed anymore, is it? Or actually... Yeah, it probably won't be needed anymore. Man, the Japanese slaughtered my veteran units. We actually had veteran units, and now they're just greens and experienced, or trained, not even experienced. Damn. Well, back to your little army here, and we'll have to rename our theater. Asia. No, Asia. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. So, what is, like, your template, right? You don't need the whole motorized shit, so why am I building that? Siam has also become fascist. They are now an empire, and it seems like they would not join the faction for the same reasons as Persia wouldn't, and they will also not take an aggression pact because we don't have enough positive relations with them, and it's gonna stabilize at 100, which is gonna give us 20-20 there, just like the new Persian Empire. But it's all a matter of time until the war finishes. Once the war is over, I think they will join us, embrace our alliance. It's kind of strange, the mechanic, though, you know, that they, oh, we don't want to be in a war, but they would actually literally turn the tide of war. The British Parliament is considering intervention in Scandinavia. Well, we'll see where that leads. Might actually be bad for the Axis, but hopefully Moscow will fall very soon, along with Stalingrad, and then the war will be over. Almost. Although it's been it's just because it's winter, I swear. Oh, Leningrad soon, yeah, as well. Okay, but as soon as spring and summer comes along, the Soviet resistance will come to an end. We're making some progress on our own here. We've isolated a pocket, and we're not actually losing that many men as I was expecting. Although the greatest expense in terms of like the steel that we don't have is actually for the support equipment and the weapons. and of course the artillery. But yeah, there's just no way I can. Maybe can I build? If I build some convoys, here's the thing: like convoys are like a ship symbol, right? Oh yeah, and right, I can't because I don't have any docks. It's weird because I can't trade properly. It keeps saying lack of convoys, but you know I can't get any convoys, so that's annoying. The fall of Sevastopol. The heavily fortified city of Sevastopol, base of the Soviet Black Sea Fleet, has finally succumbed to German attacks. So yes, spring is upon us. Its loss will severely hamper any Soviet attempt to contest the Black Sea, and the fall of the city is regarded as a significant German victory. And the city shall henceforth be known as Theodorschaften, after Theodoric the Great. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Turkey, though not fascist, seems to have joined the Axis. Damn it. How? Maybe, yeah, it was probably a German focus or something. But as it's like I said before, it was very likely to happen. Well. Non-aggression pact. Sure. Japan has signed it. I'll sign it as well. The fall of Leningrad. Leningrad, the birthplace of the Russian Revolution, has fallen to advancing German forces. This is it. Let's see, Soviet Union, 73% towards capitulation. What about on the German war? Again, 73, so this is it. The final breaths of the Soviets. I think if Stalingrad falls and maybe some ports around here in the Black Sea with the whole Turkish advance, maybe they'll fall. Although, it seems like the Soviets are actually pushing back the Turks. This is it. The mighty Bhutanese army is finally breaking through, splitting, rather, Siberia, or the eastern lands of the Soviet Union from the west. Not a beautiful split, but, you know, we'll say we did it. We were marching all the way up to northwest Siberia there, and cutting off the supply here. I don't think there are many troops around, but what annoys me is Japan doesn't actually, like, they're not doing anything. Their troops are just standing there. Like, please, just send some troops and take stuff. Occupation also helps you. This is it. The fall of Moscow. At dawn today, German panzers smashed through the hastily erected barriers on the streets of Moscow, and half-tracks were seen unloading panzer grenadiers on Red Square. Thick, billowing smoke from the many fires raging in the suburbs could be seen rising into the air as German infantry stormed the Kremlin. Grenades and flamethrowers were reportedly needed to fight stubborn NKVD holdouts intent on defending every inch of the complex. The Russian capital is now in German hands, but has been left a burning ruin. Unconfirmed reports indicate Lenin's embalmed corpse was safely evacuated east. Oh, good. We will take it, because, you know, east. That's where are they going? To the mountains? The fall of Stalingrad. This is it. June 24th, 1942, a significant development. I think the peace screen is about to pop up. The Soviet Union is 100 or 99% the way to capitulation, so it's just, you know, a matter of days. June 29th, 1942, the Soviet Union has capitulated, and the Treaty of Wörki has begun. Now, we only have 81 points here, but that's more than Hungary. And Germany, what? No way. Okay, yeah, no, they've already taken a bunch of shit. Japan has already taken a bunch of shit. Is there anything we can take? Take all states, 202. Crimea, oh, okay, we can take these things. We might do that. Alright, finally, we have a port. Crimea will be ours. And it's probably a pretty dense region industrially. So that's gonna be nice to have, and it's close to Europe. We'll see what it actually means in practice, though, because I imagine the Germans have taken, you know, this is just gonna be surrounded by, the other fascist groups. Okay, so this is the new world. Japan, the German Reich, and the the Russian Empire right here in the middle, kind of like a no man's land. Probably very, very, very poor, just nothing there. And they are in the Axis, damn it, because they're a Hungarian puppet. Wow, okay. Interesting choice, Hungary. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, there's also this over here. And now, I think we must look south, or something of the sort. We should at least try to invite these people into the faction. How is the great question, though? Yeah, because now we're not at war, so suddenly they don't feel like it's necessary. I like how this guy wears a communist pin here, even though this is a fascist state. So this is the situation, how the world looks at the moment. Axis, great dragons span over all of Asia, most of Asia, not really all of Asia. The Allies still very strong. The United States hasn't joined the Allies, but it seems like they're gonna go that way. The new Roman Empire, stretching here in the Iberian Peninsula, Italy, Bulgaria, and Northern Africa, as well as the eastern regions there, or sorry, western. And down here, nothing much, except of course Canada there. So yeah, the Americas are gonna be the battleground. That's where I see the most conflict arising. And the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is try to produce some convoys. We're not going to produce many, but as long as we have 1, 2, 3, etc., we can finally start trading properly and building up our empire. Now, I wonder how this looks. 7. Oof, perfect. This is going to be great for us. We actually lost quite a few men in that war. But it was worth it, you know, to get Crimea. I just wish it had been something closer, something like Vladivostok here. But who cares? We now have nice beaches. We're gonna be the tourist attraction, the fascist tourist country, you know, where all true fascists go to. We are going to have the best like resorts down here, and we're also gonna have, you know, the spiritual experience of going up to the Himalayas, climbing Mount Everest, and so on and so forth. It's all gonna be, we are going to make that our cause. Let's boost fascism in Brazil. They'll probably end up joining the Axis or something, or maybe the US will intervene, but let's try anyway. Oh my god, what the hell? I was about to start claiming or justifying a war against the British Raj, but look at this. 103 to 248 divisions. How much does Japan have? 136. This is crazy. And the Germans, of course, are probably gonna stomp everybody, but yeah, I wasn't expecting that. What about the Brits? Maybe they're sending, like, the British are sending troops to the I don't know. Sounds strange. I'm almost hoping the United States joins the Allies just for, like, to take down Germany. I know we would probably be screwed in the process, but I don't want to lose to Germany. Like, I put my cards in Japan here, and maybe if I left and then joined the... no, but I really like the Great Dragons. Don't you? Ooh. An American puppet becoming fascist. That would be interesting. Point 10. Yeah, let's do it. They're close to us. We need the Philippines. Now, this may be near suicidal, but I mean, there's no other way for me to get resources. And if we lose, I'll just blame it on Japan, right? We just have to make sure that we hold our front here and kind of push down here, and I think we should be fine. Most of the Raj troops are actually, like, either on this front or over here. I think Japan can hold out here, and I think Japan can hold out here whilst we push down. And hopefully that will be the end of it, but I don't know. That will have to be for next time, because this is the end of this particular episode. I know it's short, but it's just we have to take it step by step, right? You can't go suicidal just like in the Brazilian campaign. That was a mistake. One day I'm gonna redo Fascist Brazil or just Brazil in general, and I'm gonna do it properly. Now, as always, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps me out. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you later. This has been GameGabster. Farewell.